You've got your decks. I've picked them out based off what just happened. Just chill. And here we go. Grand Finals, 5 games at most. CRL 2025. Will we see the first ever 3-time? Or can Sub take the championship home to Brazil?
And Sub going something fast one more time, and he did not like losing that Dark Goblin so quickly, and there's a mortar connection to open up the game.
I mean, that is already a horrible start for Sub. You talk about not letting the mortar lock on the Skellies. Dark Goblin comes in, it's the closest unit. Mortar goes to the closest unit that's in range, gets on top of the Dark Goblin, that's wasted elixir. Then he has to overspend with the minions, and then Mo gets a connection. Easy fireball there.
I really don't love seeing Sub go right back to a cycle deck to open things up. I don't believe that mortar gets there. No, not with the Goblin Gang. There is an activation you can pull there.
And Mo's done it during World Finals.
Yep. You know, it's interesting in this situation, we're talking about maybe looking for Sub to go with something heavy. He's not super great with P.E.K.K.A. Gob Giant, with E-Giant, with Golem. He's okay with things like Graveyard, the Lava deck. We might see him go Lava, P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam. But those big, heavy ones that are usually the massive swings, not really in his wheelhouse.
Yeah, and you know, I do understand how strong they are in the meta right now, but it's always so tough to kind of, you know, place and pray, as we say when we talk about heavy decks. You know, we always talk about outplayability with faster cycle decks, which is why you see Sub continuing to go that direction. But maybe a beatdown attempt is the way to go after the first 3 games didn't go your way. Mo does allow that mortar to connect for a couple shots on the left-hand side, so Sub not down, or down but not out. And this boss bandit should be cleaned up by that Berserker.
Yeah, you saw Mohamed try to get the Goblin Gang down in time, timed with that boss bandit reset ability, but it was a little bit too far outside. Mortar goes ahead and connects, and Sub's right back in this one.
Going for a near mirror here, but obviously the E-Wiz and the Dark Goblin, 2 very different pieces of this equation, and the Fireball from Mo hitting that Dark Goblin, I'd start abusing it if I was Sub and then figure out a way to get the minions involved as well. And there you go, minions high, Fireball's out. And there's the Dark Goblin, just the way you want to see it. That's going to be, I was just going to say, that's going to be so much of this matchup, Rich, is trying to get that Fireball out from Mo and then abuse the other card that is best used with, or best defended with Fireball.
And what a smart Skeleton Barrel up there at the top, knowing that it was going to get taken down and pop those skeletons to control those boss bandits.
Yeah, Skeleton Barrel is just such a great siege defense, you know, after its evolution especially. You talk about that double drop, it does so much damage, and then your opponent sits there and goes, is it even worth trying to take care of the Skellies? Fireball in, now the minions come down. There you go, Clockwork. Clockwork usually doesn't work against Mo Light though.
Sudden death overtime. Mohamed Light with a fairly solid lead, 1570 on the left-hand lane, 1728 on the right-hand tower for Sub.
And I was just going to say, I'd love to see a high Dark Goblin there, but almost on walking towards the other side. Now maybe giving some value here.
And just continue to chip away in both lanes. We talk about the things that Mo does very well. It's early dual lane pressure.
And the interactions with the boss bandit definitely going in Mo Light's favor, at least in this instance. 1570, 2084, game 1 of our upper bracket grand final reset.
And you see with the lead right now, he's comfortable to go defensive mortar and just be the one controlling.
Still trying to figure out what that last card is from Sub. Feeling more and more like it is Lightning.
Let's make this quick.
Evo Mortar sets up on the right-hand side. Final minute, triple elixir. The last thing that Sub can have happen is to go down 4 in a row.
Dark Goblin gets sniped there. And Sub, once again, just finding an incredibly difficult time breaking through. Maybe you heard us talking about how that other deck doesn't work very well, but this one also really struggling to get on tower.
And arrows once again, yeah.
Yep. Makes sense, but just not ideal, Rich. And another mortar down for Sub. 18 seconds remains. He needs that mortar to connect and then some. And there's just absolutely no way as another big connection on the right-hand side. Boss Bandit breaks on through. Barrel's going to drop down. Sub, 4 in a row to his opponent. And only 2 lives to give. in his 2025 run.
Feels like he's facing off against Thanos. Curious to see if he does break away from the cycle comfort and go to that sort of second level of his deck pool.
Game 2, Grand Finals, coming your way.
Fireball and Barb Barrel and E-Wiz all out for Mohamed, and he goes Miner. And might Sub be doing the same?
It feels like Mo is just going to control again, and I think Sub is hearing you, Rich. I think he's going to try to go a little heavier, go RG.
Yep.
And I think Mo is just right back to defending, cycling. Miner's on tower. He's got the guards. He's got the Evo Ice Spirit. He's got the log. He's got so many ways to reset and stun and control that Royal Giant. Does take a Royal Ghost shot, and Mo goes, all right, you can have that first thing in 4 games.
Generally, Sub is viewed as being pretty good with Royal Giant. We haven't seen him play it a lot in competitive compared to the more cycle-heavy stuff he's been doing.
We saw him do great with it against Pedro earlier today, so I like that he's going back to something that did work. Mo already recognizing, all right, I know what I'm up against. I'm going to just get a Tesla down, try to get towards my Tesla evolution. Good luck breaking through.
Guards are going to give a lot of trouble to that Fisherman. And the tension in this room right now, Andrew.
Yesterday we said it, I can echo it right now, as there's hundreds of people behind us and you could hear a pin drop. Waiting, hanging on bated breath to see, will the GOAT be the first ever to repeat the first 3 time? Or can the Cinderella story of Sub continue on?
First Royal Giant.
I just don't know how you're going to break through, how you're going to beat the cycle. Teslas are out early. Guards are always there to protect the Fisherman. Logs and Ice Spirits. Oh my.
Oh my, indeed. Evo Tesla out preemptively.
I mean,
and look at that.
That's just one of those things where you're like, I don't even care about playing my Evo when you're not on offense. I just need to, just Sim City, as we call it. Buildings down, always going to have that second building ready. You have another RG, I have another Tesla. Guards off the board instantly.
Lead is, for the moment, for Sub, 27-13 to 26-68. From the top right of your screen down to your bottom left. And now Sub gets aggressive at the bridge.
And hyper aggressive at the bridge. Log plus E-Spirit to clean up the guards. And I was going to say, should get a shot, but there's that Evo Ice Spirit we were talking about. Just so many ways to control this game. The only way to win this is for an Evo Royal Ghost to cause problems on Sub's end. That's what Sub needs to have happen. How can I make the Evo Royal Ghost make Mo spend more than he wants? And Mo goes, I'm very happy to take that tower damage, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, we saw him doing that the other day. Throwing this rocket on top of the cycled RG in the back.
Evo Ghost cycled in the back for Sub.
And I like that delivery, going to that inside in the hopes that it would go back and help. Doesn't do it here, gets taken off the board. And now this is what you're talking about. Can the Evo Ghost do a little work? This case, not going to give him much.
And Mo still gets the damage on the RG and the tower from the rocket. 21-46, 26-27. 1 minute remains in overtime.
Low Tesla here. That's going to give some fireball value.
You almost feel bad for him, just like you did for Pedro. There's just no way to break through.
Royal Giant to the right-hand lane. Trying to force expenditure out away from his weak side tower. Evo Ghost goes into the guards, maybe to add pressure in both lanes, cleaned up by the delivery and log.
Mo Light looks more locked in than we've ever seen him before, Rich.
Just a few more moments of defense from Mohamed Light. We see the little smile.
5 in a row. Back to back to back to back to back game wins. I mean, you talk about this matchup, Rich, and you know, you got to think about that deck because Mo's been so dominant with it.
And here we go. Mohamed Light on the precipice of history. Can Sub stop him?
You see there his biggest rivals of Sub, Pedro and Mo Light. He was able to deal with one of them today. The other one, giving him a lot harder time. You see the Gob cage come out and Mo nod. Maybe he is going to the skies.
Yep.
Could also be going piggies. Could be going piggy zappies. Zap makes me think to the skies.
Zap certainly does feel that way. We have seen him run Royal Hogs pretty well, but Zap would be a strange choice.
And Mo going with this very popular bait deck on ladder. We'll see if he's going to rock the Rascals or if he's got a different trick up his sleeve. I like this call from Mo, though, because you know Sub is feeling the pressure, and you have to have your micro interactions absolutely dialed to keep up with this deck that Mo's running, especially when you get to triple. And the curse comes out defensively.
Damage in both lanes for Mohamed. Now he pressures the right-hand side.
And Valkyrie doing a great job cleaning up that Royal Ghost evolution. The question is, Rich, a lot of times when we talk about going to the skies, going with Lava Hound, there has to be a moment where you sacrifice damage or a tower usually to get your lava on the board, or you have to make your opponent make mistakes elixir-wise so you get the advantage. As you can see right now, only about 1 elixir up and a couple thousand HP down.
Yeah, that's a really tough one. And now that we know that it's going to be no spell, no big spell, obviously you have to contend with the vines.
Yep.
But if you can keep that flying machine, stack a couple flying machines, start abusing them.
And the Goblins on tower. Evo Zap has to come down defensively there. Zappy's stunning, gonna get a double connection on the left-hand side. And the crowd can feel it. Dark Goblin to snipe, just in range.
And the vines.
And Mo knows. You can see it on his face. Greatness. The spell power. There's no way to deal with the Zappies and with the Dark Goblin. And the barrel goes in. Mo's got his hands on his head.
And what a perfect curse. We're in sudden death overtime. Sub hanging on by a thread.
112 HP separates Mohamed Light from being the first ever 3-time.
Oh my word, wall breaker.
And the Vines comes in cycled on the left-hand side, 36 HP, 1 more Vines, 3 titles.
And here we go. That is gonna be it. Vines hit, Mohamed Light, 3-time world champion.
He's been the best in the game for years, but now it's undisputed. The reigning, back-to-back, 3-time world champion.